troubles usually come from little causes, and so do net bites. On nearly every pond in early summer float little boats of eggs. These are the nurseries of the gnats that will soon bite our ankles with such relish. No, this scene is not upside down. The eggs do hatch out downwards into the water. Nearby floats a spiral of different eggs in a disc of jelly. This is the home of the gnat's cousin, the phantom gnat. Phantoms have a much harder job hatching than real gnats because they have to work their way through the jelly before they reach the water. And now you can see how the phantoms got their name. They are quite transparent, like ghosts, and they balance themselves in the water with the aid of 4 bubbles of air inside them, 2 at the head and 2 at the tail. Yes, those things like beans are the bubbles. The phantom has a decorative tail, like a fan. With this tail, it sweeps through the water, while its cousin, the real gnat, moves about in jugs. The gnat needs plenty of fresh air. Near its tail, it has a breathing tube, and with this it draws down air through the surface of the pond. If it is deprived of air, the gnat blows bubbles through the tube and chokes. This gives a clue to a way of destroying gnats. Cover the pond with a thin film of oil. Their breathing tubes are stopped up and they choke. And soon they sink to the bottom of the pond to die. The gnat is more heavily moustached than even Old Bill. These moustaches are used as brushes for sweeping food into the mouth, and the gnat, having dinner, is rather like a vacuum cleaner in action. It beats as it sweeps, as it cleans. The moustaches are so thick that no scraps of food can escape them, and the gnat needs no other means of feeding. But its cousin, the phantom, has a regular battery of weapons for catching the little water creatures on which it dines. It won't spoil its transparent effect by having solid food inside it, so it has a kind of rubbish chute on one side of its head through which it throws the solid parts of its victim. While the liquid parts are peacefully digested. A distant relation, called the false phantom, refuses to diet for the complexion, and as it will eat solid food, its dinner makes a dark line inside it. This one seems to have had a good blowout. but it's ready and eager for the next course. The gnat and its cousin both change their shape once while underwater. The gnat rises to the surface, wriggles out of its skin, and appears in this form. It stays at the top, getting air through a couple of breathing tubes and pushing for space like a strap hanger in a bus. The phantom gnat also splits its skin. And the creature that comes out has the most grotesque appearance. It has floats to balance it upright in the water. It wears an amiable expression, but its life must be very dull, for it has no mouth and so can't eat. At last, it goes black in the face, rises to the top of the water, where its skin splits. And the phantom gnat, as we know it, emerges into the air. The process takes about 15 seconds. Notice as it comes out how cleverly it balances on the old skin and the surface of the water. Real gnats appear in the same way. This is the male. He has a ferocious appearance, but he's quite harmless. But it's the other that is a dangerous sex. It's the female who bites our ankles. Her weapon is her formidable beak, just coming out now. And she doesn't look any better. Front view. Next time you are bitten by gnats, it may console you to know that this is how it's done.